Hi, my name is Vivian Awner, and I have lived in this neighborhood my entire life. I really like to dance. This is not news to a lot of people at Ansche Chesed. I enjoy moving to music. I like the freedom of letting my body be led by music. I do not like participating in formalized dance routines. For instance, I don't like Israeli dancing, and I don't like square dancing. While other little girls took ballet, I took modern dance at the 92nd Street Y. I don't know why. That ended at about 4th grade when the school day ended too late to take classes at the Y. My dance training was when I would dance in my bedroom. I would close the door to my room, put a record from a Broadway musical on the record player, and sing and dance in front of the mirror. When I was a kid, I didn't tell anyone about my dancing to show tunes. I knew this was dorky and certainly not what kids were expected to be doing. My family would go to Radio City Music Hall. I remember going pretty frequently, but I'm sure that it wasn't as often as I remember. Every movie was preceded by a stage show featuring the Rockettes and, I think, other vaudeville acts. The Rockettes made a tremendous impression on me. More on that later. I was very shy while growing up, and I was also quite pudgy. While in my 30s, I began taking aerobic dance classes at an exercise studio on 106th Street. It's no longer there. I lost weight, I built up my aerobic capacity, and I also lost a lot of my shyness. I always stood in the center of the front row and developed a reputation for precisely mimicking the instructor, including his high kicks. I reveled at being considered one of the star dancers in the class. The instructor didn't make up routines to follow. He just went to wherever the music took him. I understood that, and I loved the dancing. Some time back, I took swing dance classes. I loved the music, and I loved the moves. Most nights after class, a number of us would go dancing at the Cotton Club. This was the real deal. The live bands were superb. There were often a number of way older African-American gentlemen on the dance floor. They weren't referred to as men. They were referred to as gentlemen, as befitting the era of the music. These men were the absolute best dance partners possible. With the tiniest movement of their hand, you understood exactly what they wanted you to do. Swing dancing is not a formalized dance routine, although you might think so. Rather, each type of move has a name, a dip, a swing out, and the person leading the dance puts the moves together to fit the music, and the partner follows. It's sort of like improvisational choreography. The music inspires the leader to put together the moves. It's so much fun. Fast forward to 2013. I had serious surgery and needed to get back in shape. I had run the marathon when I turned 40. While I gave up running a long time ago, I had continued stretching almost every day, so I had remained quite flexible. I joined the New York Sports Club and got a private trainer, Ina. The New York Sports Club matched us up perfectly. Wow, was she ever surprised the first time she told me to do jumping jacks, and instead, I did high kicks. Remember, I was still flexible. She loved it. It became our routine. Intervals of high kicks became part of our workout. Or we would dance the music, big moves, little moves, some swing dance moves, all in sync and inspired by the music. We developed a reputation at the club. No other trainer and client carried on as we did. I loved the dancing, and I loved the high kicks. In my imagination, I was kicking like the Rockettes from years ago at Radio City, and like the iconic image of the dancers lined up in the musical A Chorus Line. In quick succession, I learned that a former Rockette lived in my building, and then I learned that she worked out at the New York Sports Club. I recently learned that a current Rockette lives in my building. I felt strong, I felt fit, and I felt my self-confidence was way up there. In November 2013, I made my Broadway debut. It was my birthday, and more significantly, it was just 1 year plus a few days since the date of my surgery. I was on my way to work, waiting for the train at the 103rd Street subway station. The station has great acoustics since it is a double-height station. Very frequently, there are musicians or bands playing there in the morning. A swing band was playing at the station that morning. I was standing by one of the piers tapping my foot. It wasn't enough. I'd never seen anyone do what I was contemplating doing. However, I knew I could do it and not make a fool of myself. Anyway, what did I have to lose? And moreover, it was my birthday, and it was just about a year from my surgery, and I was going to celebrate the moment by dancing solo to the fantastic music. I quickly folded up my coat and put it and my bag on the bench next to the drummer and asked a trustworthy-looking gentleman standing a distance from the band if he would please video me. He said yes. I gave him my phone, and off I went. I couldn't believe it. I was dancing at my subway station. The music was making me move. I had to dance. I had to make the most of the moment since I actually had the guts to do it. I loved the freedom of the large dance floor. I was having a blast. I sort of felt like, hello world, I'm back. I was thrilled. I heard the train coming. I danced up to the bench. I grabbed my stuff. The drummer gave me a big smile. I danced up to the guy with my phone and said, thank you, just as the train was pulling in. I wanted to send the video to my cousins as an attachment to an email. The file was too large. Someone suggested that I post it on YouTube. I didn't quite understand that the video was then going to be available for anyone to watch, not just my cousins, because had I known that, I wouldn't have posted the video. It's there. Go to 103rd Street Subway Dancer, an obvious name. That's how I remember the details of the drummer smiling and my quick thank you to my videographer. You'll hear me chirp, thank you, at the end of the video. I was wondering if there would be another opportunity, if I would feel it again at the station. It took a few years, but earlier this summer, the time came. The live band included a bass player, a small drum set, and a horn player. The music had a sort of Latin jazz feel with a very danceable beat. While it wasn't swing music, I know I couldn't simply stand there tapping my foot. I knew that I had done it once. I could certainly do it again. So once again, I stashed my stuff next to the musicians, gave my phone to a stranger, and I danced. Loved it. This time included a lot of shimmying. A young guy was bopping a little on the steps leading to the platform. I made hand motions inviting him to join me. He did. So we danced together. A lot of people on the station platform and on the stairs leading down to the platform were cheering. Our audience loved it. The train approached, we hugged each other, and off we went to different cars and the rest of our lives. I didn't post the video on YouTube. However, I did save it, so just let me know if you want to watch it. I'm happy to share it. I still work out with Ina, my trainer. We've become very good friends. She now trains at a private studio. One wall is entirely mirrored. We listen to the radio station 101.1 while we work out. We both know what to do if a great up-tempo song comes on. We stop whatever we're doing and dance. It's a blast. I'll make up moves and Ina will follow, or the reverse. Disco, rock and roll, high kicks, whatever. Pure movement to music and exuberance and the wonderful feeling of being flooded with positive energy. I love to dance.